from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber, Westfield Gas and Electric, where they offer gigabit internet speed. Whip City Fiber, turning Westfield's neighborhoods into fiberhoods. On the web at whipcityfiber.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Morning. It is May 8th, 2018, and it's the Westfield End Weekend Show. My name is Bob Plast. Geez, I sound like a... wait a minute. Here. Clear my throat. Yes, and that was my the grumbling in the background is grumpy, mumpy, lumpy. No, what is it? Crusty.
Wait a minute, Jay. He said, "Let me clear my throat."
At the count of three, I want everybody in the place to be to make some noise if you're down with me. 1, 2, 3. Hit me with the horn, 20. Keep making noise. Keep making noise. Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Jay.
Here we go now. Here we go now.
Oh, I love that.
Here we go.
Who is that?
Here we go now.
Is that James Brown?
DJ Cool. Let me clear my throat.
That's the name of the song?
That's the name of the song.
Holy mother.
You know, you'd think people had a little more imagination than that, but you know.
I love that, though. Let me clear my throat. There's a lot that you could do with that phrase. I'm not sure, but wait, no, there is. I mean, like it covers a lot of situations. Because if
where are those cough drops?
it does cover a lot of situations. The idea here is
Don't let those go too far, Jay. I got a spring cold or allergies.
oh my god. Okay, so that's Pete. Let's clear all of this up. As
clear
the air, clear our throats. Wow, it's Tuesday, and that is not lusty. No, wait a minute. I was doing lumpy, mumpy, grumpy, and
I'm kind of like those.
You like lumpy,
let's go that route.
Lumpy, mumpy, and grumpy.
Yeah.
That's your fill-in sidekick.
and Trumpy. And Trumpy. You're Trumpy. Yeah,
I guess.
See, here's the thing.
Not quite.
Lately, my wife has been calling me grumpy. And I get that. And then I resaw the movie in the last few months, Grumpy Old Men.
Oh,
now,
okay.
I thought that was a great movie when it first came out. Now that I am a grumpy old man, it's hilarious.
The one-liners are priceless.
Oh yeah, I got
Burgess Meredith drops one-liners. They're
man.
priceless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, now that's a case where am I right that the Meredith Burgess Meredith drops a line that's like the F-bomb or something like that? It's something that you don't expect this guy to say.
It's something you don't
Right.
expect from the Penguin.
Because it comes out of left field because he's just sitting there listening and they're having dialogue and it's serious, and he'll just drop a line that means nothing to the conversation,
Yeah.
nothing to what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and a lot of them are truisms, you know what I mean? Just like stuff you go, oh yeah, that's right.
So if you don't want to watch the whole movie and you're curious about what we're talking about with Burgess Meredith, just watch the outtakes at the end during the credits. That's all you need to know. Just watch the outtakes.
Oh, okay. All right. Good humor when you have a laugh when you least expect it. So, Grumpy, Lumpy, and Bumpy. But never Trumpy. JPEG Luca and the Kitten of the Keys, Meow, and who is the Merry Mixmeister of Magic. Is that right?
Of May.
Peter Coles?
Of May.
The
You got most of it right.
Oh, okay. The Mixmeister.
That was a song.
You just didn't finish.
In the merry
Yes,
month of May.
All right. So Peter is wearing a beautiful. It's sort of a cross between like a purple and a blue shirt. What color is that?
I was told it's blue.
It has. Why are you colorblind?
No.
Oh,
I thought it was purple.
yeah.
The person that bought it for me told me it's blue.
I think it's a blue shirt that has purple overtones.
So we need to take a picture of my shirt, put it on the internet, and see what people think it is.
Yeah.
So here's
It's
You
a
know that
beautiful
you know that whole thing.
Beautiful.
Is it gray or is it blue or that?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You're sitting here trying to decide what color the shirt is, and it's like somebody trying to come up with a description for a glass of wine. It's got alcohol in it, and it tastes fruity, drink it.
Oh, my God. You're absolutely right. I always, I watch HSN and what's the other one? QVC regularly. I've never bought a darn thing, as everybody knows. Never, but I'm fascinated. And I know the hosts. I know the products. I look forward to when that woman comes on with the, Pat comes on with the lids.
You mean the clock ticking down doesn't make you rush to the phone?
Not at all. No. But they go on. I mean, they're selling food and or perfume. Now, the perfume is the hard one.
How do you sell that? Oh, this smells wonderful. How do you sell that?
There
over the
is
TV?
well, you need to for the perfume selling.
Yes.
You need to have a sound and a look, which we can't do on the radio because you're not seeing us. I'll do it if you're on
15.
channel 15. Yeah, it is. Wait a minute.
Or on the net.
All right. They put it under their nose, like I'm putting my cup of coffee under my nose.
Yes.
And then you move it from side to side, and then you take a deep breath. And you make a sound like that, and
but you could be a really, really good actor and kind of turn away from the camera and go, ew.
Oh, it's exactly right. I really want them to do that someday.
They're trying to sell. They'll never disparage a product.
David Venable on In the Kitchen with David does a happy dance. So he'll taste something and then he'll do a happy dance about it. But I wondered, really, do they like everything and that they sniff, that they eat?
They like everything they sniff.
And now they're selling wine on there. Kevin from Shark Tank is on.
Did they get a liquor
show?
license?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Who's the morning show there that does on television that's drinking wine all morning long?
Okay.
That's Hoda and Kathy Lee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hoda and Kathy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's become the thing. I'm going to have a talk show on television and drink wine.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Well, most of the hosts used to do it before the show.
yeah. Well, what's that saying to the American public?
No. I know it.
Trump's in office, get liquored up. That's what it's saying.
He's jumping over the fence.
No, I'm not. I'm playing to the reality of the situation.
All right, there we are. Oh, good, Peter. Good for you. Good for you.
You're turning him. Yeah.
Not even close.
No. With that purple shirt on, you could walk a few streets. I don't know, and turn some heads. I don't know. It's a great shirt.
I look
love
more Amish than anything else.
Well,
It's an Amish color.
Oh,
I think this is an Amish color. I like it.
oh, I love it. Now everybody's going to tune in. Now we can't talk about colors or tastes or smells on this show. But on the way in, I was thinking how last week we decided that the show might be Oops, It's Wow, or Whoops, It's Wow.
It's Tuesday.
That was last
Then
week.
I thought,
Whoops.
Oops,
well,
it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that little word that is before the It's Tuesday would signify what it was like or what my feeling was on that day. For instance, I could go, yikes, it's wow. No, yikes, it's Tuesday. What would that mean? Yikes, it's Tuesday.
Wasn't there a Daffy Duck cartoon that he was playing a Robin Hood character, and his tagline was "Yikes and away."
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me.
If you said yikes,
Yikes, it's Tuesday. What does that mean? Yikes, it's Tuesday. What does it mean?
Yeah.
What do I mean when I say that?
play the red alert klaxon. Hold on to your hats, folks. Here he comes.
Oh my God, no! Yikes, it's Tuesday.
No, it's well, since you're playing the Star Trek alert, all right, then it's like, oh, shh.
That's right.
The door's opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God! You mean it's Tuesday already? That's what yikes, it's Tuesday means.
No.
No, yikes.
No.
It's Tuesday
It means
already.
hold on to your hats.
Oh, it does? Okay. How about this one?
Yikes!
Huh?
And away.
All right. Huh? It's Tuesday?
That means Tuesday just snuck up on you, Bob.
Okay. All right.
It all depends on the intonation of how
you
you're
could
saying it.
Yeah, like the word dude.
Oh, see, now that
Hey.
can mean so many things depending on how you say it.
All right.
Right.
So let me hear it.
Bob.
Yeah.
Dude.
See,
That's a question mark.
Dude?
no,
Dude.
no, dude. That's a question.
Well, yeah, or I'm stepping back.
Are you
'cause just did
questioning
something really weird?
Are you questioning
Dude.
Well, that's an exclamation point
Right.
after it. Well, what if you're a little scared? You're walking into the room a little scared. Dude? Yeah, you can that can mean so many things.
Dude.
All right, I'll tell you
You're
what.
grossed out.
You're both going to have a whole season of acting classes with me.
Do we fail?
Yeah. Those were really poor. That was really poor.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, like if you're with it, it's dude. Yeah.
but now-
Hey, dude.
now
That's being with it, right?
Dude.
Dude.
Oh, that's sort of like, come on, come on, dude.
Right. No,
Get with it.
dude.
See, but the
were
body
you trying
language.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the body language, and you puffed up your chest, and I'm thinking, I'm a lumberjack, and I'm okay.
Yeah. You put that's the beginnings of acting. When you put your thought, the way you're going to
project.
say it.
Yeah.
What's your intent of saying everything? And every time we say anything to anybody, we have an intention. So if you think about your intention before you say it, it sort of helps. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get that? In other words, it actually helps relationships. If before you speak, you think of what is my intent in what I am about to say.
Oh, well, now if we're talking about relationships, before you speak, just don't.
No, that's right. Take a moment. Yes, yeah. Take a moment and then say, do I really want to say that? Now, that all has to happen in a sort of split second.
Mm-hmm.
A split second, because sometimes people, you're in a conversation, they're not going to wait. But that's when you clear your throat, because if you clear your throat, you
do
can
a
be
reset.
thinking. You can reset your thinking or whatever. And you'll notice that sometimes when Sarah Sanders is at the podium and she's answering all those terribly hard questions or easy questions, whatever they are, she'll cough. Unfortunately, she coughs right into her hand. I've got to train her to cough into her elbow.
Why?
Because she's coughing into her hand, and then when I come to meet her afterward to tell you how good she's doing or how bad she's doing, and she shakes my hand, she's coughed into my into her hand.
Well,
I never can get that. The folks on television who cough into their hands on camera.
Well, and
it happens all the time in
Right.
QVC.
And
And they're
there's a
touching the food on top of everything else.
I'm sure that stuff gets thrown out as soon as it comes off the set.
Oh, sure it does. Sure it does. Although David Venable in the kitchen this week called for wipes after he had touched some raw chicken. And he wasn't about to put the chicken into his mouth until he had wiped his hand. So when you are dealing with something that's going to possibly give you botulism, you have to wipe your hands, you know. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I've given somehow this other. I've become a doctor and a therapist and a linguist.
I understand the need to be exceptionally careful sometimes, but I grew up eating dirt, and I turned out okay. So
Right, exactly.
you know, so kids today that don't eat dirt, well, they're prone to all of these things because their bodies haven't built up an immunity to dirt.
Oh yeah.
No, what it is, they don't get outside anymore.
Well, there's that too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and all they do is they
When you're
pass
giving-
around that damn game
When you're
control.
giving people, there's people getting professional contracts to play video games, team video games in leagues. Like the owner of the New England Patriots owns a team that just plays some video game, and there's like 10 of them. And
Every
this
day,
guy,
all day long, they're hired all day long to play.
They have a
video game.
This kid's getting over 150 grand a year to play a video game, and the teams meet up in these big arenas, and they have the jumbotron, and they're playing a team game like a Call of Duty or something like that,
Right.
where they're all playing, but they're all playing against, each team's playing against each
And
other.
they have an audience that watches these on big screens, you know,
Right.
a huge in front of
a
them,
stadium
a live
with cheering
audience.
and everything.
Yeah.
And these people are getting paid for this. This is the demise of our
And
country.
people
I'm
are
so-
paying to watch people play
Yes.
a game.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're not playing the game along with the people.
No,
are
they're
they?
just cheering
Just
them
watching.
on.
Oh boy.
Is our country not going to hell?
Oh my God! Well, at least you were saying, but they're not getting out. They're not healthy because they're staying in the room playing the video games. They've
Well, these
got to at least get
professional-
to the arena.
Apparently,
No,
these
they're not
professional-
healthy because they cough into their hands and then they touch the game controller and then
Oh,
they
my
hand the
God.
game controller to the guy next
yeah.
to them.
I'm sure these professional gamers get out once in a while, but I mean, think about this: all you do is play video games.
Oh, I know.
That's your career.
I know.
I mean, what are you going to do when that stops?
What, you go out in the front yard and the sun is out and you get sunburned because you've never seen the sun
But I mean-
before.
Yeah. No.
What life skills do you have if all you do is play video games? What, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there are people who've played poker their whole lives and made a lot of money on playing poker. Or there are people who are played football all of their lives. What do you do after you've finished playing football?
Well,
you
first
go
of all,
on
they
Dancing
pay you
with the
an
Stars.
That's what I'm
Awful-
saying. I
yeah.
have a problem with any. I consider these guys professional athletes now because you know that's the category they've been put into.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of these kids aren't prepared because they rush them through college and they don't get any
I have
education.
never heard of this. And where do you?
It was featured on Sunday Today.
And okay, so
Willie Geist did a feature on it.
and what's the name of the sport? Gaming,
Professional gaming.
professional gaming in arenas.
Oh yeah. Look it up. Look up
right.
on the Today Show website, the Willie Geist feature.
All right.
Watch it and then
right.
tell me what you think.
All right. Now
I was like sitting there going, I was flabbergasted.
Sure. Hey, it's 6:19 in the morning. The weather. What's the weather going to be like today? I think it's going to be a nice day. Yesterday was so beautiful. That springtime weather we had. Oh, gosh.
Warm temperatures, low humidity. Life is good.
Summertime.
So it's going to be mostly sunny. Look at this, mostly sunny right through Friday, and then isolated thunderstorms, which is like, it happens all the time in the
It's a
summertime.
good day to cut the lawn for the first time.
Yeah, 70s most of the week, high 67 on Friday.
I gotta
but
dodge all the
74
branches that have
today,
fallen.
and tonight it's in the 50s. Great sleeping weather. It's a perfect. Oh my gosh!
Wonderful allergy weather, Bob.
Look at. Oh, don't tell me. Don't talk about my allergies.
I started taking pills. I've never had allergies before, like last year.
Yeah.
And so I found we had some allergy pills around the house, and I started taking them because I was
Hey,
like, I'm
man.
misible.
I've been taking pills for years.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, you hippie.
Yeah. Hey, everybody! It is Mary Lou Williams' birthday today. Do you know who Mary Lou Williams is?
No.
I'll
Yeah,
bet
I
she
knew you-
sings something.
Yeah. She was one of the great piano players of all time. She really knew how to play that piano, and she's essential in the history of jazz because she was one of the first women to make it in jazz circles. And she's 108 years old today. She's
still alive? Or?
No, she's been gone for a long
Well,
time.
and she's not 108 years old, is she?
Well, she's 108 somewhere.
She
right?
was born 108 years ago.
Okay. So I'm going to play her. This is a really happy song from the Kansas City Blues Factory. You know, Kansas City, did you know that there are two Kansas Cities?
Here I come.
Did you know that there are two Kansas Cities?
No.
Do you think that what state is Kansas City in?
Missouri.
Oh. See,
Why isn't it in Kansas?
I thought it was in Kansas.
Do they
all
have
these
a
years.
Missouri city in
No.
Kansas?
I actually thought Kansas City was in Kansas. There is a Kansas City, Kansas, which has nothing
But it's
to
not
do
the
with
metropolis of Missouri.
Kansas. No, Kansas City, Missouri gets me all confused now. But so that's
We've never sent him to Minneapolis.
no.
He won't get over St. Paul.
Kansas City, Missouri, the home of wonderful Kansas City jazz. Here's Mary Lou Williams. Happy 108th birthday, Mary Lou Williams. She's playing corny rhythm. Speaking of corny, we'll be back after the break.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com. Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Wally Computer Associates, one of the largest technology providers in North America. Headquartered in Southwick, Wally provides all of the products and services that you'd expect from a world-class technology partner to schools, colleges, businesses, as well as state and local governments and agencies. Wally Computer Associates, meeting all of your technology needs. On the web at WCA.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Yikes!
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Yoicks and away!
Wow, it's Tuesday. I'm Bob Plass. I'm here with the lumpy and bumpy and grumpy Jay Pagluka and the kitten of the keys. Meow, Jay Peter Coles.
You can call me Jay, or you can call me Ray, or you can.
Right.
I grew up with a guy named Lumpy. I did. You know, in elementary school, it was Richard Lombardo. We called him Lumpy.
Lumpy Lombardo.
Yeah, Lumpy. Hey,
was he a little overweight? What?
Well, I was a skinny little kid
Lumpy
then, so
Beaver.
yeah, he was probably. You're right. The Beaver had a Lumpy, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, on Tina Gorman's show tomorrow, Sandra Jones, Regional Marketing Director with the Arbors, is going to be here, and Bianca Syriac, Director of Marketing for the Arbors, will also be here talking about an assisted living.
I remember when Sandra was the marketing director at the Arbors in Westfield.
Yes, they
She's
are
come a
getting
long
better.
way.
Yes,
And now
they have.
what is she?
She's the regional marketing manager.
She's a nice person. I
Yeah,
like
And that'll be happening from 6 to 7 here on the air tomorrow morning. And in the second hour, Joe Rouse, Director of Public Health here in Westfield, will be joining Tina. And Deborah Malvina, Supervising Public Health Nurse from the Westfield Health Department, will be here.
It's Visiting Nurse Month. Did you know that? Oh no, it's Nurse
National Nurses
National Nurses Month.
Week.
Correct.
Right.
Week.
Have you ever thought? Was that a profession that you ever thought you'd want to do?
No.
How about you, Jay? I mean, I always thought that nursing was for women, and quite honestly, it's now for both men and women.
Well, there's different.
So when I was growing up,
use
I
it
didn't.
as a stepping stone.
Yeah, I didn't think of it as a possibility when I was growing up.
Well, there's different types of nurses now. I mean, there's all different levels and skills, and it's
RNs, LPNs.
Yeah. It's so to me, it's confusing. I don't usually like to hang around hospitals. You know, there's all those sick people there.
Well, I know, and isn't that the interesting thing that you really have to be it's like a soldier. A nurse is really somebody out there who puts up with an awful lot from the complaints of patients to the messes of patients.
I was a grumpy patient when I was in the hospital. I was not a happy camper.
But and they're on call. They have long hours. There are
they work 12-hour shifts. Many of them. I don't know that they all do, but by the time you get to that end of that 12 hours, you're kind of. When I was working 12-hour shifts as a tech, by the time I got to the end of that 12 hours, I was tired, grumpy, and didn't want to be there. And that's not fair to the customer that wants me to be, cheerful and, hey, come help me.
Well, I've never ever really seen when friends of mine have been in the hospital and I've visited, or my father or mother or whatever. Nurses are meant to. I think a nurse would make a great president. That's what I'm thinking. That they're really nurturing. The nurturing nurse. It's So we salute everyone. You wouldn't want to do bedpans, would you? I would. I don't even want to give anyone a bath.
I'm not sure that's a career choice for most people, but it's part of the job.
No, I know. And even sticking people with needles. And doing those IVs and stuff. Oh yeah, no, yeah, but I don't know. I really am appreciative of nurses. And now nurses are taking over for doctors. You go into an office and you see the nurse who knows as much as the doctor sometimes.
Anyone in the medical profession should be admired and appreciated, really. It can be a very difficult job because you're either telling people good news or not so good news.
Yes,
That's
exactly right. And you're dealing not only with the patient, but you're dealing with the patient's family. It takes a
special person to do that.
Takes a person to do that. Yeah, exactly right. So we salute those nurses, and you can hear all about nursing tomorrow on Tina Gorman's show. Hey, who's on your show this week? You got anything special?
This Friday, actually, we do have something special. Westfield High School actors, and the actors. They call themselves something. Thespians. Okay, all right, we'll call them that now.
Yeah.
The Westfield High School Thespians will be...
Thespians. It's a P, not a B. That's where everybody gets that lesbian and thespian confused. It's thespian.
I never
the Westfield High School actors will be here in the
They're
studio.
They're from Kansas City, Kansas.
Here I come.
Thespians.
And the show they're doing this weekend is Footloose.
Oh, the old movie.
Yeah, well, it's not that old.
The 70s, 80s? What is that?
80s.
80s, yeah.
All right, maybe it's old. It's like Peter Cole's old.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, I'm the youngest guy in the room right now.
You're telling me.
We're just experienced. All right, back to the reason we were talking. John Farrell is the director, and we'll have a whole pile of kids filling the studio here, all happening from 7 to 8 this Friday. Tune in, and then go to the show Friday and Saturday.
Are they going to sing some songs on the show, do you think?
I don't think so, but
No,
we'll find some music from the show.
There is a Broadway cast album of that. They have, but they do play Footloose, but they wrote a whole bunch of other music.
Yeah, different music for the show.
Yeah, it's great.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah. Anything else happening? What you do for the weekend, you guys? Or what are you going to do this weekend?
Oh, you know what's happening tonight is up to Hampden Ponds Plaza. They've been they started a car show up there last year, a regular car show. Tuesday nights is going to be car shows at Hampden Plaza. That starts tonight.
That's, I always forget that we have that plaza.
Hampden Ponds
and it's
Plaza.
Actually out in a country like. I mean, even that Dunkin', beautiful
out
Dunkin'.
In a country like?
Well, no. If you go over to their Dunkin' Donuts, which opened, I think a year
Clearly
or two ago.
you live in the city.
Yeah, we live in the city. You go out there and you feel like you're in the country. You sit outside and you're. I don't know. It's a different
You know what it is?
feel.
Anything more than 3 trees in a yard, and Bob thinks it's the country.
That's exactly it. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. But also this Friday night. No, is it Friday? May 11th. When is May 11th? Is today? What is today's date? Today is May 8th. So Friday
is the 11th.
Friday the 11th is the Pathways of Excellence event.
Over at the Dower Center.
Yes. It's sponsored by Westfield State University Development Office, and it spotlights the incredible array of talent at Westfield State. And this year it's in the new Dower Center, which is the old Juniper Park. So it might be fun for folks to go over there to see how they've changed Juniper Park from Juniper Park to the Catherine Dower Center.
I love people going through there, and I've had the pleasure of being on tours through the building.
Yeah.
And when people are in there that either went to the school or their kids went to school, oh, this was the cafeteria. Oh, this was my classroom. Oh, this was. It's so funny.
Oh yeah. It's a really great place. They've got rehearsal studios in there that they've built where folks can rehearse
Soundproof.
right next to one another, so you can go in the room and sing as much as you want, play as many instruments as you want, and you're not heard.
Isn't that an acting tool? You go into a quiet room and shout at the top of your lungs at nobody in particular.
Wow. Now that I think of it,
I seem to recall that.
Yeah, there may have been. I think that was certainly it's a therapeutic relief. There was this woman that I work with.
I knew this was going to launch into a story.
Yeah. At the Bronx Lebanon Psychiatric Center, up at Bronx Lebanon Hospital, where I worked at the psychiatric center. Okay, now there was this.
This explains a lot.
Oh yeah. She believed she was a therapist with me, and I was a therapist up there as well, a psychiatric social worker. And she was down the hall from me, and she was this thin woman of, probably 80 years old or so, very thin, and so looked like somebody's grandmother. And I would walk by her room, and she utilized a thing where she would make you feel, she would act like your parents. It was a kind of therapy. So she would be going, F-bomb, blah, blah, blah. And she would be swearing up a blue streak.
My parents never swore.
Oh, I know. So she would go into this room,
now.
And she would become this pit bull. And then you'd walk by and you'd think, are they okay in there? And it was the kind of therapy. I really don't appreciate that kind of therapy. I don't think you scare the hell out of your patients. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No. It's exactly right. No, you don't do that.
Well, when you say they act like your parents, I have this vision. You're gonna put your eye out with that.
That's exactly right. And she would sort of mimic their parental or the voices in their head. She would become the voices in the patient's head. Literally. So you'd walk by and you hear all this stuff, and then the session would end, the door would open, and out would come the librarian, that you've always known, and who's going shh, and she's so meek and quiet, but in there she is like God, incredible.
Let's go to break.
Why did I ever?
By the way,
into that story?
If you're interested in doing something after you've seen Footloose this weekend,
right?
They're Friday and Saturday,
or gone
right?
to Pathways of Excellence.
Yeah.
You got to call the Westfield Development Office if you like tickets. It's a benefit, actually.
The Pope Francis Players are doing Into the Woods.
Oh, I
Friday at 7, Saturday at 7, and Sunday on Mother's Day they're doing a matinee at 2.
So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
My boy has a minor role. He was going to have a major part in that.
Yeah, what was he going to play?
I can't. He told me once.
The baker or somebody like that.
Yeah,
I was going to have a major role, but they made me a lieutenant.
No, he's got a big game on Friday, a baseball game against Westfield, and he can't miss that. So they had to bring him into a minor role
because he's a relief pitcher.
Gotcha. It's a great Stephen Sondheim musical that reimagines fairy tales. What happens after the fairy tale ends?
Yeah.
So the first act is the fairy tale.
Is that like
the second act is what happens after the fairy tale ends.
Yeah, right.
And how all these characters get together to save their community. It's a beautiful musical.
Yep.
The movie, incidentally,
kind of like Wicked. How Wicked was.
Yeah. So if you watch on Netflix or Amazon, watch the movie Into the Woods. Meryl Streep's the Wiz, but you can see it live at Pope Francis this week.
Yeah, they're going to do it at stage it at Central High School.
Great. Hey, I was having a Mel Torme kind of day a couple of days ago when I was planning this. The Velvet Fog, his name was, and he had a beautiful.
Harry Anderson just passed away. That brought Mel Torme back.
The magician.
Yeah.
From Night Court?
Yeah, just passed
away.
away.
I'm sorry.
Old was he?
Recently.
How old
I think he was in his 60s.
Oh, then he was a magician.
Magician and comedian.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, and Mel Torme was on that program?
He was on it several times, yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, and the reason he was on it because Judge Harry was a huge fan of Mel Torme.
Oh, Mel Torme is so incredible. And so is George Shearing, Lord George Shearing. He was made a lord in England and a blind pianist who is just incredible. So there's an album of George and Mel Torme that I love, and this is a great weather song. When Sunny Gets Blue, this week it's Sunny Can't Get Blue because it's going to be either partly sunny or mostly sunny throughout all of the next week or so. So here's When Sunny Gets Blue with Mel Torme and George Shearing.
When Sunny gets blue, her eyes get gray and cloudy, then the rain begins to fall. Pitter patter, love is gone, so what can I do? Ain't no new love a man come to call. When Sunny gets blue, she breathes a sigh of sadness, like the wind that stirs the trees. wind that sets the leaves a swaying like some violins are playing weird and haunting melodies. People used to love to hear her laugh, watch her smile. That's how Sunny got her name. Since that sad affair, she's lost her smile, changed her style. She's not the same, but memories will fade. Pretty dreams will rise up where her other dreams fell through. Hurry, new love, hurry here to kiss away each lonely tear. Hold her near when Sunny gets blue. Sunny gets blue. Sunny gets blue. Sunny gets blue. Her smile. Since that sad affair, she's lost her smile and changed her style. Memories will fade, pretty dreams will rise up where her other dreams fell through. Hurry, new love, hurry here, kiss away each lonely tear. Hold her near when Sunny gets blue. 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 Hold her near when Sunny gets blue.
Support for the community programming of WSFD is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. That's what you'll find on Ken's Den, Tuesdays from 8 till 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Canoe the Musical.
Canoe the Musical. Wow, it's Tuesday. You're listening to Bob Pless, star of... Let's see how many times we can say
wow,
Canoe in the
cabaret.
next 3 minutes.
Canoe, wow, it's Tuesday.
That's 4 times. That's 6 times. You count the number of times, Peter.
Wow, it's cabaret.
No.
The reason. Have you ever been in a canoe?
Yes, actually, I have. Have you ever been in a canoe and turned over and got wet?
Never.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever been.
I used to try to stand in a canoe.
A rowboat. What's the difference between a canoe? I've been in lots of. Everybody's been in a rowboat.
A rowboat's not really streamlined.
And you can stand up in a rowboat.
Yes.
You can stand up in a canoe.
It's got a wider bottom.
Well, it's not a good idea.
Oh, I had no idea.
Rowboat's got a wider bottom.
Oh. Well, then I'm going to fit right in.
So, yes, a canoe is a little narrow thing. Canoe races on the river are fun.
Oh, I've never seen those. Those is that the Westfield?
Yeah, the Westfield Wildwater canoe races. That's been going on for a long time.
Has it already happened this year?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
It's in April every year.
Oh, missed
so wear your wetsuit.
Early April.
So the reason we're talking about canoes is there's actually a musical that is Canoe the musical, and that's going to be a Wow It's Cabaret feature in 2 weeks, or a week, a little less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. We're rehearsing
Friday.
frantically. We actually had dinner the other night. Our
I
cast.
thought you were rehearsing Canoe. You're rehearsing frantically?
Oh, it's frantically. Oh my God, yes, frantically the musical. No, Mary Brown Bonacci, and myself are playing lovers in this, if you could believe it's a fantasy. But we are playing man and wife, and it tells
Not
the
her
story.
fantasy. No. Okay.
It tells the story of an older man falling in love with an older but younger woman. And it does it by various scenes that happen within a short period of time, maybe 5-10 years. And we use songs from the American Songbook, really great songs. And actually, we've added and subtracted a couple of songs. So if you've seen it before, you're going to see a couple of new songs that are really beautiful. Beautiful, great songs. And the reason why we called it Canoe was because we were commissioned by the Buffalo Canoe Club, one of the oldest clubs in the country, to go up to Buffalo on the Lake Erie and do Canoe the musical. So,
and there is a canoe in the play.
Oh,
or at least
it's
it
featured.
is referred to.
No,
yes.
I step into
Well,
a
you
canoe.
don't go rowing in a canoe.
Oh, yeah, I do. There's a scene in the
Paddling,
canoe. Yeah,
sorry.
we are in the canoe.
There's a
on the
canoe-
yeah.
so you're gonna bring
you
a
don't
canoe into the
see
building?
A canoe.
Well,
no,
that's
no,
what I
no,
meant.
No. The idea of cabaret, it's an intimate kind of performance where you're revealing who you really are because you're up close and in your choice of material and everything. And sometimes cabaret can be ad lib, sometimes it can be scripted. Nonsense developed as a cabaret musical, if you know the nonsense. And so we've done this several times, and we've always the audiences have always loved it. And we had it last year, and that's why we're bringing it
So
back.
the short version is Canoe the Musical is happening on May 19th, Saturday, May 19th, over at the Shortstop in the back room over there, the little...
It's the
cabaret room.
Yeah, we'll call it the cabaret room because we're hoping to do lots of ones there.
or the canoe room.
Yeah, the canoe room. It's the banquet hall. And we're transforming it. You won't believe, like we've transformed the senior center last year. This
Now
year,
we'll be
it's the
transforming that.
We're transforming with
so
our
that'll be fun.
drapes and all
if
that.
you want tickets, tickets are available the beginning this evening
Right.
over at Blue Umbrella Books.
Blue Umbrella Books, or you could call 579-5967, 579-5967.
Is that the WOW number?
That's the actual WOW number. I've made a point now to remember what the WOW number is. And if I can remember...
What is the WOW number?
579-5967.
In area code 413.
And for area code 413.
Friendly 413.
Yeah, or you can go on PayPal. We have westfieldonweekends.com. Actually, it's a good one because you can see
You can pay
all
for it
of the
right
wonderful
there, yeah.
events that are happening. You go under the events icon, and you'll see Westfield Pumpkin Fest, Westfield Dickens Days, Westfield Music Fest, which is happening thanks to Jay Pagluca, and Westfield Cabaret, and that will give you all of the information about what's coming up in Westfield.
So go out and get those tickets before they get sold out, because that happens sometimes.
And it's a limited number of tickets. Oh, and we should say that if you want to eat dinner before at the Shortstop, the show is at 8 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, there is a wonderful buffet-like thing that Monica Hanush, the executive chef and owner of Shortstop, is doing there. And so they're going to be savory hors d'oeuvres and sweet hors d'oeuvres. So you could, if you're having dessert, you could have dessert after your dinner at the Shortstop, or you could have what do we say?
Was that part of
dessert?
the show?
Hors d'oeuvres, and then go into the Shortstop after a show.
Carry your drink in. You can have. It just sounds like a wonderful
and
time.
it's a cocktail hour from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock the show, and you get all of that for the cheap, wonderful price of $30.
Saturday, May 19th, not far away. So
that's right. Hey, so I'm going to play one of those songs in the show. That we feature songs from the American Songbook, so we've changed some of the words of some of these songs. And so matchmaker from Fiddler on the Roof becomes match.com. So I've got a great version
it's just
of...
an update, you know.
Yeah, just a little
bringing
update.
it into a more modern time.
That's right. And so BG Adair, she's my new passion. She is from England. She's a great jazz artist. This is Matchmaker. The BG, like Beegie Adair trio. Matchmaker from Fiddler on the Roof.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow. Oh.
You can say, wow, it's Tuesday.
Oh, I can. Oh, well, they already did the speech. Oh, God.
Yes.
I'm
Maureen says she loves the music. She thinks she's in a theater.
Oh, Maureen.
Yeah, she didn't give her last name. She just called in and
Oh,
said,
Maureen.
thank you.
Oh, you. What? How nice is that, huh? I spend like 2 hours of my day, maybe it's longer, trying to find music that suits me and the what we're talking about, and I try to give making an international show of all different kinds of music. And it's a lot of fun. I've really learned a lot by just searching for songs. It's amazing how when you're searching for something other than just what's on the hit parade or what you remember from years ago, you can find versions of lots of different things. So, Maureen, I really appreciate that. Oh, and thank you for listening. Honest to God, isn't that nice?
Just made your day, Bob.
Yeah, look she made my day. Well, come on and introduce yourself. Come and see us perform
by Canoe the Musical on
May 19th. There we are.
Over at Shortstop. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hey, you haven't been watching television, have you?
Every chance I get.
Oh God, I'm hooked.
I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh,
somebody got me hooked on that show.
Oh my God, it's brilliant.
You know what?
That is brilliant.
I said to somebody that I know that used to work at Channel 22.
Yeah.
Both sides of the political spectrum will see this as a cautionary tale of the other side, which is, I think, it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. It's that well written.
It is really well written. It's based on a great book by Margaret Atwood called The Handmaid's Tale. Mm-hmm. And they do the entire book. And it was such a success in its first season. The entire book is there. Mm-hmm. There's never been another book written. So
I'm in the first season.
Yeah. So this is Hulu now it's about to debut The Handmaid's Tale season 2,
yes.
which nobody knows where it's going.
One of your board members turned me on to that show.
I'm telling you, isn't it incredible?
It's very well, like I said, it's very well written and it'll suck you in very quickly.
Would you, in a short sentence or two, tell folks what The Handmaid's Tale? It's in a society.
It's an environmental crisis.
Right.
Just basically takes fertility away from women, or most women.
Uh-huh.
And some sort of group, they portray it as religious, but I'm not buying that.
They look like nuns, only they're...
No, I'm talking about the people in power. Some sort of religious group, I think it's a religious group, basically stages a coup, executes the government. Literally executes the government.
Yeah.
And seizes power of the continental United States. So the only thing left of the true United States are Alaska and Hawaii is what they allude to.
Oh.
If you pay close attention to the show.
Uh-huh. Well, of course I didn't. I have
so now they've taken
rewind at every moment.
So now they've taken over. It's a totalitarian state. And the people in power get the handmaids who are apparently still fertile. Mm-hmm. And the only ones that can deliver babies to continue the totalitarian state.
And those in power are the ones that are able to, each one of them have, the women are called, like for instance, the main character played brilliantly by Elizabeth Moss. Her name is of Offred. And if you really look at it, it's of Fred.
Yeah, so it's pertaining to the man in power.
Yeah, of Bob would be mine, and
Yvonne,
of Jay would be Jay.
And Yvonne Strahovski, who played in a show I used to love called Chuck, plays a great role as the wife.
Ah, yes,
wonderful.
And so the men in power are.
Ray Fiennes is the man. He's the guy.
Oh yeah,
the captain or commodore or whatever they call him.
It is a brilliant show. If you really want to watch that, and it's on Hulu, but you can also get it now on Amazon and maybe Netflix. You could sort of check it out.
I would doubt you get it on Netflix, maybe Amazon, but yeah. So, and these subscription services it's all started with House of Cards. That was the one that started it all.
Yeah.
The first major production being done by a internet-only provider.
And you now have so many choices to watch.
Amazon brought the Top Gear guys from the UK when they got fired from the BBC.
Mm-hmm.
They brought them and they're doing their show, The Grand Tour. It's basically the same three guys in the same show, except now Amazon's paying them to do it. And it's these are they're fun shows that now that's where the paradigm is shifting away from cable,
right?
Because these internet only providers
And they're movie shows. They're like movies.
Oh, yeah.
And where they're getting their money to produce these shows.
Subscriptions.
Unbelievable.
But it's the same model that's been followed by HBO for years.
Yeah.
Most people just don't realize they're basically paying Hulu to be HBO.
Yeah. And they're miniseries. I mean, on public television, not public television.
Like 10 episodes.
National, 10 episodes.
Instead of 22.
And so you can binge. If you got the whole season,
Well,
you can
That's
you
the
can
thing.
binge.
The model is they'll release it all at once.
Yeah.
Like House of Cards started that, releasing it all at once.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to wait. There's no such thing as a season anymore. So they can go a year without doing another season.
Oh, yeah.
But they reduce those 10 episodes and you can watch them whenever.
Yes.
Nowadays, I'll stack a commercial show. I'm doing this with, what's the show that I'm recording that I haven't seen yet? There's a show that I'm recording. I'm going to let the whole season go before I start watching it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because then you can go through and you don't have the commercials and stuff.
Well, you can take a Sunday and just completely watch the show.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, WSKB Westfield, 7 o'clock.
Wow, you ID'd everything.
89.5 FM. We're going to have Dental Matters this morning with our great friend Kevin Coughlin from Bay State Dental. And we'll be talking teeth and Botox and everything in between in a few moments. I was looking for music and I came across Graceland. You know the album Graceland?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul Simon.
Simon. The name was at the tip of my tongue. I couldn't get it out. Yes.
It's one of those albums that really stretches the boundaries of music. I mean, I think Paul Simon he was a folk singer, and he just moved it in, continue to grow, as the Beatles continue to grow. Any group that wants to sustain itself needs to grow. And so the choice for Paul Simon was to look at world music. And so on Graceland, he does a variety of musical genres, and this is his Zydeco song on Graceland, the album. That is more than 25 years old now. Do you believe it? And this is with Good Rockin' Doopsie and the Twisters. Good Rockin' Doopsie and the Twisters with Paul Simon as the lead singing That Was My Mama. That was my mama. Oh, no, that was my mother. And because this weekend is Mother's Day, isn't it? That was my mother. Not that was my mama. Yeah. Whoops, it's Tuesday. That was my mother.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Noble Hospital, a brand new name for a Westfield institution which is improving the health of our community every day with quality and compassion. Noble Hospital and Bay State Health, better together.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber, Westfield Gas and Electric, where they offer gigabit internet speed. Whip City Fiber, turning Westfield's neighborhoods into fiberhoods. On the web at whipcityfiber.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Hey, hobo man, hey, dapper Dan, you both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be probably.
Wow, it's Tuesday. Yeah, whoops, it's Tuesday. No, wow, it's Tuesday because Tuesdays with Kevin Coughlin are always great. On May 8th, 2018, the owner, the dental magician, the Botox.
I love how Bob is struggling to recall what he calls you.
You're the Baron of the Botox.
Yes.
The Baron of the Botox.
That's a new one.
Send away!
Yeah, Mr. Kevin Coughlin, Dr. Kevin Coughlin. Now, when I say Dr. Kevin Coughlin, do I have to put that DMD after, or do I do Dr. just Kevin Coughlin DMD or Dr. Kevin Coughlin DMD? Or am I being redundant?
Redundant.
I am.
Either Dr. DR before my name, or stop the DR and go DMD, which is Doctor of Dental Medicine, at the end. So twice as unnecessary, although it makes me feel a little more important. So, and if you want to throw anything else in front or back, I'll accept it. Yes.
Now, when you introduce yourselves to somebody, I always know that there's a highfalutin kind of personality. When people say, I'm Dr. Coughlin. Yeah, hi.
Call me Kevin.
Call me.
Just please pay the bill. Okay, whatever you do.
Pay the bill.
Yeah.
Call me.
Call me whatever you want.
Yeah. I always love it when I meet professors, and it happened even here at Westfield State, where I'd meet a professor, and it's just, we're colleagues, and hi, I'm Dr. So and so, and I'm thinking, well, I'm Mr. Bob Plass.
Yeah, not even Mr. Just Bob.
Just call me Bob. Just call me out.
Spelled the same
Bob
way.
Plass, SAG.
Yeah. Oh yeah, SAG, AFTRA, and Equity. Yeah, 3 unions. Oh no, and then there's MTA. How many unions do you have to belong to?
I don't have to at this point belong to any, but I'm sure that's going to be changing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What?
Professional organizations?
You just saw what is it in California, Berkeley? The nurses are out on strike, right?
Yeah.
Well, the nurses at Berkshire Medical went out on strike.
Yes. So it's always the same, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants more money, no matter what we do. And to a certain degree, it's probably deserved. The question is where does it come from?
Yeah.
It comes from the consumer.
Who pays for it? Yeah.
It is the customer.
You know what it's
and the argument is if the CEO can make a few $1 million a year, why couldn't you spread that wealth around to the workers?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a good argument for that. And that's the way it is.
My thought on most things is great idea, who's going to pay for it?
Right.
Yeah.
Politics, everything. Great idea, who's going to pay for it?
Right.
And we've talked about that so many times. I was going to church on Sunday morning. And
you were going to church, or you go to church?
No, I do.
Oh.
I went, and on my way home, I drove by a home in Long Meadow that said, "Healthcare is a right, free health care for all." And I've mentioned this many times. The question should be, what level of health care?
Right.
What level is acceptable? And I guess who makes those decisions? My dad, who I've mentioned, passed away, but probably in the last few months of his life, I would venture to guess the bills tallied over $1 million. Now, you only have so much finite resources. Can you use those resources when we know that the prognosis is hopeless? And when we say we know, with a degree of certainty, we know.
Over 80%.
Right.
What's the percentage? How do you make those calls?
You say to yourself, you only have so much of these finite resources. The question should be is what level of care? And I think, those are decisions well above my pay scale, but I really think that's how the question should be framed. Everybody agrees that health care is a right. What you got to determine is what level. Is
it preventative health care, like regular yearly teeth cleanings and physicals and things like that? Are those the basics?
Or do we allow everyone to have every tooth in their mouth root canaled and crowned? So you take one treatment that has maybe a few $100 investment, and then you have another treatment that could be $50,000 to $60,000 a treatment. Now, everybody should deserve beautiful, white, healthy teeth. The other part is you only have so many resources. What level of care is acceptable?
Right.
And right now, I don't hear that discussion.
And anywhere. Should you be granted care if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't do your part?
It's
you know what I'm saying?
It's very difficult.
Because like I'm a fat man and I'm probably gonna have heart problems, and I know that. And I look at it from the fact of I did this to myself. I'm trying to undo this for myself. But I've already done the damage, and down the road, do I? You know what I'm saying? I think about these things. That's scary, but I do.
The contra to that is I personally believe with obesity, a huge portion is genetic. I mean, I have it in my family. You can go back 10 generations and look at pictures and photos. It's all the same. Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, there is perhaps a medical component, and there's perhaps a genetic component, and I guess there's got to be a balance. There has to be a balance. So let's say if someone has bypass surgery, how many times would you do it?
Sure.
Maybe we pay for it once, but would we pay for it every 2 or 3 years?
But do you mandate that absent of working or whatever, that you will mandatorily go to cardiac rehab or something like that? It's not a voluntary thing. Because you're getting this surgery, it's a mandatory thing.
See, now I look at the
How do you make
thing
all those decisions?
as the human body is an amazing thing. It repairs so many things all by itself. So should healthcare be free? Yeah. Let the human body do its thing. Let it repair itself. Now, you want something beyond that? Well, now that learning, that history, that science costs money. So how do we pay for that? And so that's my thing. I look at that and go, am I going to live forever? No. At some point, you put me on the damn iceberg and let me float away. But don't try and don't spend another $1 million to keep me alive when in a month I'm gone. That's my own philosophy.
I wonder in the dental profession, for instance, the cost of dentistry. Compared to the cost of going to a medical doctor, is it comparable in terms of, and if not, why not? Or where does the money? Where are the what causes dentistry to either be so expensive to pay for, or whatever? Is it research? Is it the materials? Is it the equipment? Because
it's a combination of things, but most dentistry is done in a private setting. Most hospitals are done in a state or government setting. Most hospitals are huge facilities. So I don't want to poo-poo our profession, but medicine is probably close to $1 trillion a year of expenditures, and in dentistry, I believe we're at about $100 billion. So there's almost a 10-to-1 difference in dollars, and just the sophistication of equipment. It's certainly not inexpensive to practice dentistry. One of those little dental operatories that our listeners walk into, building a new facility now as we speak that should be open in July.
Right.
You're looking at about $115,000 just for one room. That's for the latest and best equipment that money can buy at present time. So that cost is going to be passed on to consumers like we talked about earlier. And consumers will decide and say, that's too expensive, I'm going to go somewhere else. Or they're going to say, I want the latest and best, and it's acceptable. The problem comes in is not everyone can afford that. And that's where programs come in, insurances come in, and that creates other problems. You couldn't charge my father $1 million if there was an insurance company that was willing to pay $600,000 of it. So I've never seen a physician or dentist that charges less than what an insurance company allows. So at the end of this year, the insurance company is going to say, we're going to pay $80 for a cleaning.
Right.
Well, name me anyone on the planet that would say, well, I'm going to charge $60.
No, not
You're going
at
to
all.
charge
No, of course not.
$79.99.
Really? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
because the
yeah.
insurance company is going to provide you a percentage of that care, usually between 30 and 100%.
Yeah.
So if I charge 60, I'm going to get 50% of 60. Whereas if I charged the 80, which was the allowable fee, I'm going to get 50% of 80.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're constantly pushing the fees, and then the poor slobs, particularly in dentistry, that don't have insurance probably end up paying more than they should.
Sure.
And the individuals who have insurance are probably not paying as much as they should, because over the last 5 years, the insurance companies have said, Kevin, even though you charge $130, we're not going to allow you to charge any more than $80. If you don't like that, don't sign up for the plan. Now, they have so much strength and market share that it's difficult for most small practitioners to say, okay, then I won't take that plan. So even though we all love our dentist and we're happy with it, the day that dentist says, I'm sorry, I'm not accepting your plan, they're calling another office and saying, I love my dentist. However, it's going to cost me an extra $30. I'm looking for a new practice.
Sure.
And
Well,
that's
you know what
over
I
and
know
over.
when I go, and we've often talked, and I go up to Montgomery Dental, my old, our dear friend, Tony Hajnowski, and when I go up to that dental practice, I often marvel that there is always some new machine or something there. But I wonder, folks who have been going to, let's say, a smaller practice or whatever, my dentist when I was growing up was one person in one office. I mean, he lived in his home, and that was the office. And so he certainly probably was not seeing as many patients, or the equipment was not up to date. But you still can have quality dental care without the modern appliances, right?
All the bells and whistles in the world sometimes are just a cover-up for just lack of skill or knowledge, or a combination of both. So I'm a firm believer, just because it's expensive doesn't make it better. There are certain things, for example, let's take an x-ray. We've all had a dental x-ray in the office. Well, this is my 35th year practicing. When I first started practicing, a dental x-ray was between $4 and $6. That's what it cost 35 years ago. But the machine that took that picture exposed you to an enormous amount of radiation. It had developer and fixer involved. It was manual. It was time-consuming.
Oh, I
it was
remember
unsafe.
this. Sure.
Today, our digital pictures, there's zero radiation. The pictures are almost instant. You can use all kinds of graphic information to enhance the image and to provide education and information. But just one sensor is about $14,000.
Wow.
So,
and there's one in every office. You don't go
and
into
there's multiple because you need different sizes.
Sure.
You need it for adults, you need it for children, for different areas of the mouth. And those sensors have a half-life of, let's say, 3 years, 4 years.
Yep.
You're dumping them and getting a new one.
Well, because the technology keeps moving forward. It's like a computer. You know, a shelf life for a computer is 3 to 5 years.
Right. And that's a great example. My computer 15 years ago I could probably still use, but I would get bored waiting for it to churn out the information.
It would take forever
With
to run
an
the
X-ray,
application.
Oh, yeah.
I almost feel it's below the standard of care if you're not using something that's up to date in that regard. And then there's other pieces of equipment that, you know, it's nice. It's a nice bell and whistle, but quite honestly, you can still do great quality care without it.
Yeah.
And, But the public, the marketing behind it is if it's new, it looks new, it looks sophisticated, that's what generally people want. That's the marketing behind it.
We're in a disposable society, too.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that you're an honest and an honorable man, Dr. Kevin Coughlin, because you speak the truth, and your offices are highly technical or highly you got the best equipment. And you are then saying, well, if you can't afford our care, you could still get care out there in a smaller office or whatever. That's a very honorable sort of thing. Thank you, Dr. Kevin.
Big is not always better.
Yeah.
It's just an option, and there are some advantages, but like anything, there's disadvantages.
Yeah. Dr. Kevin Coughlin, Bay State Dental. And Bay State Dental is incidentally a wonderful sponsor for WSKB. They've been with us for the longest while. Hey, everybody, what happens when you go to a dentist like Kevin Coughlin or Tony Hajnowski or anyone? You look good. So here's Lady Antebellum's wonderful song, You Look Good. This is their latest. It's a really great song. You Look Good. Lady Antebellum. Maureen, I hope you like this. It's a country western song.
My next guests start their You Look Good world tour in May. Here performing their new single with John Batiste and Stay Human. Please welcome ACM nominees, Lady Antebellum.
You're on a boat, on a beach, in the water, in the sand, in the back of a bar, cold beer in your hand. Breaking hearts, breaking necks, and we rolling down the street, heads turning all day when they see you with me. I'm thinking everybody better stand in line, 'cause they need to know that your body's coming with me tonight. They're like, hey, who that there with the shades like, oh, second that you walk in, baby, you look good all day, all night. You look good, so fresh, so fine. You look good, got everybody watching you like cameras in Hollywood, baby, you look good. Oh, baby, you look good. Black dress through the night, through years in a pin, from the floor to the roof, make the skyline spin. Yeah, you're killing me, boy, in your black faded jeans. Ain't gotta work hard when you're smiling at me like, hey, who that there with the shades like, oh, will you move to the place, hold up. Oh, room gets suspended from the second that you walk in it, baby, you look good all day, all night. You look good, so fresh, so fine. You look good, got everybody watching you like cameras in Hollywood, baby, you look good. Oh, come on, baby, you look good. And we feel in New York City. I'm thinking everybody
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Thursday morning from 6 till 8, it's Patrick Berry, owner of the Westfield News Group.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is May 8th, 2018. And
we're talking about the cost of everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, on the break, we're talking about the cost of everything.
Money.
Oh, everything revolves around money. But everything also revolves around our health, the way we live our lives, what we do good for people, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I think I think we the focus, that's where our focus should be. I always think, oh, God, when James is out there buying drinks for everybody at the bar and I'm going, oh, he didn't talk to me. Does he realize I don't want to spend this every? And does that happen when you're out? Do your wife says to you, not kicking you under the table to pay for everything or
yes, in full disclosure, it does. I think it happens to most of us.
Yeah.
But I'm in a very public profession. Mm-hmm. People have been very good to me over the years. And people have spent large sums of money, small sums of money, but they're always spending money.
Yeah.
And it's awkward when you're out and you're not picking up the tab. And I think almost all businessmen and women are in that situation. I don't do it because I'm obligated. I'm going, if you trust me enough, you believe in me enough, you like me enough to support my business.
To give me your business, yeah.
Kill me to pick up or provide a bottle of wine. But let me tell you, it's everywhere. It's almost every night.
Oh, my God.
It's very hard to go somewhere where I don't come into contact with someone I know and I like.
But we shouldn't assume that just because you have a thriving business that you're going to pick up the check or whatever. We had this wonderful man in town named Al.
First.
Al First. Why did I lose that name? A wonderful philanthropist, Amelia Park and all of that. And James and I used to go out to dinner, and we'd go to, or we still go out to dinner, but we'd be at Valley Pizza, and Al would take his companions to Valley Pizza. And we'd be at one table, and he'd add, and then we go to pay, and they, oh, no, Al paid for you. The entire meal. And that happened time and time again. If Al was in the room and I was in the room, he'd end up paying for me. And there was and of course, cheapskate here, never ever thought that I should pay reciprocate. I mean, when somebody buys your entire meal, but he always did it on the sly, you know, but I commend you, but there must be a time when you say, you got to draw the line there, Doc. Doesn't your wife kick you under the table? I mean, or saying, come on there, you don't have to, you know.
What I've learned after close to 33 years of marriage is 99.9% of the time, my wife is correct.
Yeah.
And I say that. Everybody says, Kevin, you're the business person. You know, you did this, you created this dental empire. But in reality, almost everything that she suggested has been right on 100%.
Yeah.
And you don't have to necessarily pick up the tab. Yeah. I will tell you, for me personally, what means the most is the note.
Thank you at the end.
It's a note. It's always a note. And that just happened to me last week. I had a woman in, and her brother died tragically. And I didn't know it, but when she came in, I said to her, I said, "You're not as perky as usual," and she opened up and explained to me, and I did what I felt was some nice things, and I said to her, "My condolences. I'm very sorry. I lost my dad recently. I know it's hard," but 3 days later, I got a little thank you note from her, and said, "Thanks for showing the compassion. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule." So the point is for me, everybody's different, obviously, but for me, that little note of appreciation means a lot. I go, you know what? I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, and you don't do that to get those notes, but it's really
a reinforcement.
It's a nice thing.
So the message here is, Bob, for God's sakes, reciprocate. Okay.
Oh my God!
For God's sakes, man. I mean,
Kevin,
here I am thinking you're a wonderful human being, and now that I know you're not reciprocating, this is my last show, and I hope you've enjoyed the last 5 years.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Waiter, bring him over another daiquiri.
Yes.
I'll be standing right next to you every time I'm gonna where you hang out because
Bob, I forgot my credit card. I've just heads up. I forgot my credit card. No cash.
You wave across the room and
I go to my wife, whatever happens, don't let me reach into my pocket.
Oh,
it's not happening.
For God's sake. Hey, I hear you're coming to see Canoe, and you're going to bring a group up to Canoe.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful.
I saw it last year.
I believe it's Friday, if I have the date
Friday,
correct.
May 19th.
Correct.
Friday, May 19th. And this weekend, I think you're...
Friday, May 18th.
Yes, that I know.
Saturday. No, mine is Saturday.
Saturday, May 19th.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, excuse me, God.
Because I'm
praying.
sitting there, the launch that I was going to go to is on the 20th.
I actually wrote this down last month when I was here.
Smart man.
And I know you said it was Friday.
I probably did say it was Friday.
So
Saturday.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday, May 19th.
Well, I'll be there Friday. Okay. It'll be a small reception.
Nabil will be saying, welcome me in.
At the shortstop.
So Mr. Rowe was correct when he looked at me and he goes, "No, it's only one night." And I go, "Oh, no, it's two." He goes, "I don't think so." He goes, "Because I'm in it and I'm playing."
Right.
I said, "Well, Mike, maybe you should follow up." So clearly,
Bob's going to get a frantic call. Did you change the stick and show on me?
Oh, my God.
So Canoe is on a Saturday.
Canoe is on a Saturday.
And it's a shortstop.
Yes, and May 19th. And you can get tickets at the bookstore downtown,
It's going to be
a
busy Saturday because the Flat Fast 5K is that day.
Oh, my God, yes.
The Westfield Technical Academy first ever car show is that day.
And the graduation of Westfield State University
is that day. Yeah, from 10.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
But the Westfield State University graduation's at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
In Springfield.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the car show, they have a motorsports club. They're building a drag racer. So they're doing a car show to
and where is this? Where is that?
Upper campus parking lot, up by Bullins Field.
Nice.
For the Westfield Vogue.
Yeah, Westfield Technical Academy.
Oh, that's a pretty space up there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I will be DJing that event. They got me as a freebie.
Oh, wonderful. So, and this Friday night, it's Friday that you're going to
This Friday.
This Friday, you're going to Pathways to Excellence here at the college. Pathways of Excellence is this Friday night. And I think it's 5:30 to 8:30. So we'll be walking around. I'll be hanging close to you wherever I see you. So, and we'll be headed toward the bar at every moment. Although I think the bar is covered under the ticket.
Oh, it is. Then I will hang with you.
Okay. At any rate, hey, it's 7:33 in the morning, everybody. And when you come to see our show, our opening number is called. It's actually called, our show is called Canoe, and it is reminiscent of this song from the musical Guys and Dolls. It's Fugue for Tin Horns. Now, this is a great version of this because it's got Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, and Dean Martin all singing this incredible showstopper from Guys and Dolls by Frank Lesser. This is Fugue for Tin Horns.
I got to horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's the guy that says if the weather's clear,
I'm taking Valentine, 'cause on the morning line,
this guy says the horse can do.
But look at Epitaph, he wins it by a half, according to this here and the Telegraph.
For Paul Revere, I'll bite, I hear his foot's all right. Of course, it all depends if it rained last night.
I know it's Valentine, the
likes mud.
Look fine.
This X means the horse likes mud.
And just a minute, boys, I got to feed fox noises as the great-grandfather was equipoise.
I tell you, Paul Revere, now this is no bum steer. It's from a handicap, for that's real sincere.
I get Valentine, 'cause on the morning line,
this guy says the horse can do.
So make it Epitaph, he wins it by a half, according to this here in the Telegraph.
Epitaph,
Paul Revere,
I got the horse right here.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
He rules the roost on Thursday from 6 till 10. It's Patrick Berry.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, May 8th, 2018. Lumpy Grumpy sidekick, JPEG Luca, has gone off into the
His
real
phone
world.
never stopped ringing for the past 25 minutes.
Oh,
He's
my
out.
God. If you're wondering where he is, he's gone to the world of work.
He hit the eject button.
yeah, right. So that is the May's Mixmeister of
Mary Mixmeister of May.
The Mary Mixmeister of May. That's that's Peter Coles, who I insist on be calling Jay today. I don't know what.
Well, that's okay. Those things happen.
You're the
so long as you get Kevin right, I really don't care.
Dr. Kevin Coughlin, Baron of Botox,
Yes.
and the
Duke of Dentistry.
The Duke of Dentistry. You have any other titles?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm happy to say that I'm now
Grandpa.
what they call an LE, which stands for
What is that?
Licensed Esthetician. I took a 300-hour course on the study of the skin, products for the skin, how the skin actually works. Very educational course. I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night from 5 to 9:30 for approximately 4.5 months. And I felt after 4 or 5 years of doing Botox and fillers, and then I added these PDO sutures, which are non-surgical facelifts. I put in Kybella, which is to remove the double chin, which are basically dioxycloic acid, 25 injections under the chin to absorb fat. I said, maybe I should know a little bit more about the skin. Okay, I probably should have done that first, but
sure.
I just thought as I got more and more into these non-surgical aesthetic issues with lasers and non-lasers. We talked about it, radio frequency, intense pulse light, lasers, injectables, or fillers.
Right.
So the
skin is the largest organ in the body. Is that right? I mean, we don't think of it as an organ.
No.
What makes it an organ?
Well, it's a group of specialized cells that perform specific functions. That's the definition of an organ. But the reality of it is we're seeing a tremendous rise in skin cancer. melanomas, basal cells, and squamous cell carcinomas. We're in the head and neck area as dentists. And I see this younger population more healthcare conscious, more knowledgeable, more educated. We've talked in the past, for our generation, I'm going to be 60, it was baby oil slashed all over the body, sit in the sun and burn your skin because you thought you looked good.
Right.
And it does a lot of damage. And I thought that if I was going to offer this expertise and these additional services,
right.
That knowledge would be important. It wasn't necessary. I just felt that it was something that should be done, so I did it.
Sure. Now, would you be able, for instance, I have what I call a beauty mark. Other people would call it a blemish. But you notice, right, where is it?
It's actually extremely unattractive. Now that I'm looking at it, and I hope to get you in the office this week, but now I can't take my eyes off it. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But to answer your question, the key is you make a proper diagnosis. The diagnosis is if it's cancerous. In my personal opinion, you should be seeing a dermatologist, a plastic surgeon, or a combination of both. These
once a year or once a month?
I believe you should have a total body evaluation of the skin at least once a year. They grade the skin as Fitzpatrick classifications. So you're either a 1 through 6. 1 would be extremely blue eyes, fair skinned. They burn immediately. A 6 would probably be an African American, dark pigmented.
Right.
So the lower you are on the scale, the more you're a 1, 2, or a 3, the greater the likelihood you're going to have a skin cancer. So the key is no one knows everything about everything. There are things that I think are certainly within the realm in sophistication, in my opinion. Most of these treatments are delegated out to nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, and in my opinion, I feel I have the appropriate training and background to offer those care and services, and have been, and it's been very successful.
Sure, but so if indeed would you, as my dental provider and my Botox provider or my skin care provider.
My job would be to make the
as my esthetician.
My job would be to first identify it, bring it to your attention, provide you the information and education, and then offer you the options, just like I do intraorally with your teeth. I explain here the advantages, or what I call risk, benefits, and alternatives, and cost to save the tooth, to remove the tooth. Once the tooth is removed, here are the options. In the skin, it's very much the same, anywhere in the body. What do we do if we just leave it alone? Sometimes I'll take a photograph and I'll say, why don't we re-examine in 3 to 6 months?
Right.
Overridingly, to me, the determination is, does it bother you? If it bothers you, if it makes you self-conscious, if you weren't aware that a laser appointment or radio frequency appointment or an intense pulse light, all of those procedures can remove these sun-damaged beauty marks, moles. The question is what's the best approach to solve your problem? So although all 3 of them will work, in some cases radio frequency is a better treatment than intense pulse light. In some cases laser is a better treatment than radio frequency. The example I would use is if you're going on your show on the 19th of May and you want no downtime and you want no irritation because you're going to be in front of the audience, I may select something other than a laser because the laser may get rid of the mark within 1 visit. It may leave some irritation, some scabbing, and you may not want that. So typically the aesthetic field is still 90-95% of women. I believe you're going to see a tremendous change, and you're going to see more and more men. I just know in the last 4 years, more and more men are requesting Botox and fillers than 4 years ago.
Wow.
And that's simply because people want to stop or slow down the aging process.
Right.
And they realize that starts generally in your late 20s, early 30s. So for me
my
to come
aging
in,
started back then. So I've been aging since I was like 20, 30, 30. I've been aging for 50 years practically or whatever. What the hell?
Right. But we all have. And the better you take care of yourself, the better you take care of your skin, the better you look, the longer you look.
So you'd make my face... if folks come to see me in Canoe and they wanted to see the new me, and I'll come out, I look like Joan Rivers.
Right. And if I'm not happy with that, I would blame it on my competitors.
Oh,
okay?
you
right.
Okay.
Who the hell did that to Bob?
Yes, exactly right.
I think Bob really needs to get that work done because the doctor is right. That mark is hideous.
Pete, should we take a picture of this?
We stop it. I pointed out, I'm not now, I pointed out that I've lost some parts of my eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
So my left eyebrow kind of like starts a little bit, it doesn't start where it normally should.
Correct.
And now people are pointing out my eyebrow. So
sometimes asymmetry, these aberrations make you more attractive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, take a good look at me.
At least it sounds
good. So Doc, take a good look at his face. What do you think?
I think it looks great. You certainly don't look your age. You got good skin. Okay.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And as far as the eyebrows, I think most women are aware of this. The peak of the eyebrow should be located with the center of the pupil. So
really?
When you're having your eyebrows plucked or waxed, or lasered, whatever the case may be, there should be a symmetry and a balance, and you have to understand these things.
So are you going to be able, as my esthetician?
Correct. Yes.
Would you concern yourself with my eyebrows as well? Could you do my eyebrows well?
I could do all of that, but my job is to point it out when it bothers you. So many times people come in and say, I want a bigger smile. I want a whiter smile. I want bigger teeth, smaller teeth. And I'm going, you really should look at the whole face because there's a combination of things that could improve the entire appearance.
Oh, my God,
Whether you choose to have me do it, someone else do it, is your business. But as a healthcare provider, I think that knowledge helps you get the ultimate best result.
Yes.
In other words, you could have the greatest smile in the world, but if your eyebrows are off, your cheekbones aren't high enough, your lips aren't full enough, you're probably not getting the full Monty. You're not getting the total package.
You're getting a quarter.
I don't want Bob's full Monty.
No. Well, speaking of full Monties, I've been watching a great documentary on Eric Clapton, and I decided, he left the John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. First, he was with the Animals, then he went not with the Animals. What was the first group that he was with? The Yardbirds.
Yeah.
He was with the Yardbirds, and then he went to John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and then he formed Cream. And Cream is made up of Ginger Baker and a wonderful singer named Jimmy somebody. And so I'm playing a song for you from Cream because I am on Eric Clapton's life now. So this is Strange Brew from Eric Clapton and Cream.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Underwriting for community radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wednesday mornings from 6 till 8, it's Tina Gorman with Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is May 8th, 2018, and counting. I'm here with the Duke of Dentistry himself and the Baron of Botox, Kevin Coughlin from Bay State Dental, a proud sponsor of Westfield State Development Office, who is doing the Pathways to Excellence this week, as well as WSKB. WSKB is made possible by the Student Radio Club of Westfield State and also the Westfield State Development Office. And we thank them, and I thank Kevin. And Peter Coles is behind the board, kitten of the keys, meow, as he is. And
okay.
Hey, I wonder, Kevin, I've had this on the agenda to ask you, because I wondered about alcohol in teeth, and is that when you drink alcohol, is that something that you have to worry about? And what do you do? I mean, like, do you brush your teeth directly after having a couple or beer or wine or cocktails? How does alcohol fit into what happens with the teeth?
Well, the first thing I would tell you is it's like any other beverage that contains sugar or alcohol. Basically, when a sugar gets broken down, it gets broken down into alcohol. Then the alcohol gets broken down into an acid, and it's the acid that breaks down the teeth. So when you start with alcohol, you've just sped up the process. So for those listening, my personal opinion is it's the duration that the alcohol or the sugar products are on the teeth. So if you had a quart of vodka and you drank it down in 1 or 2 minutes, it's going to do less damage to your teeth,
right,
than if you had one beer and you sipped it for 2 hours. So it's the duration.
Listen to that. Yeah.
It's that duration. Normally, when you have a normal beverage, we're all three of us sitting here and we're sipping coffee for the last hour.
Right.
That does more damage to us than if you just had a cup of coffee and you had it over a 3 to 5 minute. But most of us sip it. It's a habit. I will tell you, as we're getting close to end the show, for the listeners, we've all heard about opioids.
Mm-hmm.
We've all heard. Mm-hmm. I could tell you that on an average day, I'll get between 6 and 8 clients or patients asking me for a narcotic. And all evidence, all data supports that 2 over-the-counter Tylenol, 2 over-the-counter Motrin, a total of 4 tablets work for dental pain better than narcotics. And the practitioners are put in a difficult position because as paying patients and clients, they really don't want to hear that. Give me the narcotic. I want the narcotic. I need the narcotic. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in a busy schedule, we don't have the time. And even when we do have the time, the client or patient really isn't interested. They want something stronger. And my advice to you is try 2 Tylenol, 2 Motrin, a total of 4 tablets.
Extra strength, both of them?
And try it for 2 or 3 days. And if that's not sufficient, we can go to other medications. But so many times it's the patient that constantly is pushing the profession because they don't go away. Mm-hmm. They demand these things over and over again. And all I could tell you is dentistry is not pain-free. If you're having implant surgery done, teeth removed, there's going to be 2 or 3 days of post-operative discomfort. Start off with 2 Tylenol, 2 Motrin. Make sure that you dispose the medication that you don't use properly, and we can see if we can put an end to this tragedy. I think they said, last research I read, almost 60,000 people have died from overdose.
Wow.
Most of those drugs are coming from a dental or physician's office.
And so there we go. You have to change that culture that we, we really think that, you've got to give me a Percocet because I'm not going to be able to tolerate the pain. You go, well, no, you don't. You can get that same result with Tylenol.
Perhaps even better, with less drawbacks, less chance of constipation, less chance of addiction, and just an overall better feeling. And you can search the web, you can talk to your practitioner, but as patients, I'm trying to educate and inform you that many times there are better, less expensive medications that are going to provide a higher level of pain relief and without the side effects. And for those individuals who have acetaminophen or ibuprofen allergic reactions, we could substitute other over-the-counter drugs. So it's the combination of fighting multiple pain pathways that'll give you the best result. And think about that as we come to a close. And I want to thank everybody here. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you about dental health and facial aesthetics.
We love it. We love it. Would you spell aesthetic? I'm having the worst time.
I can barely say it, never mind spell it. But generally, aesthetics is either spelled with an A or an E. Both
really?
Are correct.
Really?
Okay, some people think that, it's like an attorney when they use Esquire at the end of their name.
Yeah.
You're still an attorney, but the Esquire sounds a little rich. It sounds a little more plush.
Yes.
But at the end,
Thurston Howlish.
Yes. Esthetician. With an A or an E, both are correct.
Wait a minute. A-E. A-E.
Okay.
S-T-H.
Yes. E.
E-C-I-A-N.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can't say it, but you can spell it.
Yeah, that's my new business.
Esthetician.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Dr. Kevin Coughlin, Bay State Dental, baystatedental.org. Is that correct? Is that where they find out?
Close enough.
Close enough.
Ascent Dental Solutions.
Ascent. A-S-C-E-N-T.
Yes, AS. And that's for people who have questions about dental health. They may not want to spend the time or the money to go to an office. We've got Ken here. His dad had some questions. You can go to Ascent Dental Solutions and ask that question, and you could save yourself $100, $150, and you'll get the consultation over the phone. And then there's Ascent Laser Aesthetics. Ascent Laser Aesthetics, another website, and that's for people who have questions about non-surgical. And I'm happy to say my book, The Non-Surgical Guide to Aesthetics, should be out in about 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Oh, my
God.
It's amazing.
Free copy, about 129 pages. Pretty much everything you want to know about radio frequency, intense pulse light.
And did you mention my beauty mark in the book?
Actually, I have a photo of it. Okay, and fortunately for you, I put your name next to it just so everybody can see.
At any rate, hey everybody, you get this, Doc. Ricky Nelson's birthday today. He would have been 79 years old. Do you believe it? Rick Nelson. Ricky Nelson. Where does the time go? And so I thought I'd play. I'm not going to play a Ricky Nelson song. I'm going to play his two twins. And, he had two twins. They're called Nelson. They named the band after Ricky Nelson or Rick Nelson, their father. And the twins are now 50 years old, 51 years old. Those little blonde-haired, long-haired guys are now 51 years old. So this is Nelson in tribute to their father, Rick, whose birthday it would have been, or it is today. playing their song After the Rain. So, and it's not going to rain all week long. There may be scattered showers on the weekend. So, hey, everybody, get out there and volunteer. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Kevin Coughlin lives. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Appreciate
Talk to you
it.
soon.
Good time.
Yeah.
By now you should know you're living in a fantasy and you can't let it go. Never really loved you from the start. The only thing he ever gave you was a broken heart. Don't be afraid to lose what was never meant to be. You're thinking if you break away, you'll never survive. Waiting as my heart beats just for you. Come on, take